Hey guys, it's Leanne from Healthful Pursuit, and this is another mini-sode of the Keto Diet Podcast. And for the first time ever, this episode is brought to you by our amazing patrons. If you're not familiar with Patreon, think of it like a membership site where people that love the content that I create can contribute dollar amount, whether it be $1, $5, $15 and up, so that I can continue making free content and we never have to have ads on the show again. This was a suggestion from many of the amazing individuals that came out for the Keto Diet book tour last month. And I thought, hey, why don't we give this a try? It's a great way that we can continue to be ad free, and also I can connect with the community a lot closer. So as a patron, not only are you supporting my work and all the things that I do, but you're also getting some really awesome exclusive content like raw and uncensored video recordings of our Sunday podcast episodes. We got live Q&As. You can influence podcast episode content and guests. There are personalized messages from me that I'll make for you every once in a while, handwritten postcards from wherever I am in the world, and so much more. So you can find more about Patreon and getting involved in that community by going to healthfulpursuit.com/community to sign up. And today we're chatting all about your partner and anyone in your life really that is supporting you on such a broad scale. And I noticed this quite strongly on the Keto Diet book tour, and this is why I wanted to bring it up. I just saw so much community and so many friends that came with their other friends that didn't even eat keto, but sat down with them and they were engaged even though they really didn't know what keto was. From friends to sisters to brothers to children to partners, like your life partner, husbands and wives and all sorts of things. And I just thought it was so cool. There was one couple specifically in Sacramento that really touched me, and her name was Elizabeth, and she had a husband there, and her husband was just so caring and loving and wanted her to excel and love her body and accept who she was. And it was just such an amazing thing to experience. And I know that me even saying that, you can kind of feel even more lonely, and I get that. I know that so many of us don't have that support system, and I'm so thankful that I do. Otherwise, none of this at all, like Healthful Pursuit wouldn't exist without Kevin. Like seriously, some of us don't have that support system, and it can be really isolating, especially when you're doing something so different as keto. And I know keto is definitely changing. It's becoming more mainstream, and that's really great. But generally speaking, you might feel really alone. And so I just wanted to take a moment first to thank all of the people that make this all possible, whether it be my support, which is Kevin and my sister and my parents and my friends, or the Healthful Pursuit team, Katie and Jess that work so hard every week to make all of this come together, or the people in your life, whether it be a colleague or somebody at the gym that you're friends with, or a partner or a best friend or a sister or a brother or your children, whoever is supporting you, make sure that you thank them specifically for yourself and also for me. Please thank them for me because they're so great and they're making all of this possible for you and for us. And if you don't have that support system, if you're feeling really alone and you're not really sure where to go, I highly recommend checking out any of the online groups for keto, any sort of meetup website. I know that there's a bunch of different keto meetups in various places. Now, if you met anyone on the Keto Diet book tour and you attended one of those tours and you were standing in line and you met some people, reach out to them. I've heard amazing stories of women that met other women in line that then went to Mexico on vacation and started businesses together. So if you met somebody on the Keto Diet book tour, please reach out to them because I bet that they're a pretty cool human being. And if neither of those two recommendations work for you, you can check out Facebook, Instagram, get involved with your community, see what's happening, reach out to companies that are local that make keto goods and see how you can get involved. Any way that you can make friends in this space is helpful. Or another thing you could do is do something completely opposite and get support in other areas of your life. So something that I really like to do is getting involved in the community with crafting. I am a huge crafter, not so much anymore because living in the RV, it makes it a little challenging. But when I was crafting at home, I became really involved in that community. And that was my way of feeling connected and supported. And, we'd start talking about the ketogenic diet and they'd be really supportive, even though they didn't know what was going on. So I just wanted to take a moment to just thank everyone who supports everyone else for making all of this possible. If you are that support system for a friend or somebody else, know that there is so much beauty in that you do not see, that is so encouraging for other people. And I just left the Keto Diet book tour seeing these partners and these people supporting other beings that were just so kind and amazing. Also, I want to end this episode with a little mini backstory on why this episode sounds so horrible. I'm actually recording it in a hotel room in Dublin, Ohio. We got back from the book tour on June 29th. It's now July 11th. I've been in Dublin, Ohio now for a while, waiting for the Jeep to be serviced. So when you live in an RV and you have a vehicle too, you didn't ask to hear this information, but maybe some of you are interested. When you live in an RV and you're pulling a vehicle behind you, generally speaking, flat towing is the best way to do it. All you got to do is hook it up. It's really easy as opposed to pulling it on a trailer or things like that. And we call that dinghy towing. And so dinghy towing makes it really, really easy and less expensive because you don't need to have a trailer or anything. But the problem with dinghy towing is that you need a brake control system in certain states. And so we got this brake control system. It was pretty expensive. So we just thought we'll just use it in every state because it is a safety concern, and why not be more safe? Well, the problem with the brake control system is that it was lightly tapping on the brakes every time we towed the Jeep, which then caused all the brakes in the Jeep to completely disintegrate, and now we're replacing all the brakes. So Kevin needed to be in Oregon with the RV July 9th, and somebody needed to take care of the Jeep. So I am in Dublin, Ohio, waiting for the Jeep to be fixed. Normally this wouldn't be an issue, but when your husband is driven across the country to the other side of the country with your home, and I'm sitting here with no recording equipment, just my laptop, one pair of pants and 2 shirts and my bathing suit with just some face wash, and I have 3 digestive enzymes left. It's going to get kind of dicey. I wasn't planning on being gone this long, but we're just rolling with it. So that's why today's episode doesn't sound that great, because I am not using a microphone. Hopefully by next week, I'll be back at home with the audio sounding great. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Okay, bye.
Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again next Sunday to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be confused as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcasts reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice, and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.